Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Let us invite on stage the maverick star who has been bestowed with the abundant of the accolades, including 2 National Film Awards in his career spanning over the 4 decades. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our favorite Mr. India, Mr. Anil Kapoor. Well, yes, sir, we would love to have you on stage. If you could just address the crowd as well.
Well, good afternoon, all of you all, and welcome to India, Becky. It's such a pleasure and honor to have you over here. And of course, I'm here as a family member. Both the Lula daughters over here and Eros has been, I've been attached to Eros as a family member since many, many years, more than 35 years has been my association, and I've been, of course, as you know, that the world admires Microsoft. The world admires Bill Gates and the family and all of you all. And of course, I've heard so much about you, Peggy. And we have something common, that we both love running. So that's going to be fantastic. And so welcome all of you all. And thank you so much for coming. And without wasting any time, I would like to ask a few questions to both of you all. And who do I start with? Huh? Let me look like a serious, techno geek. So I'm supposed to ask, let me ask Rishika first, right? She's the youngest among all of us, so.
Yes, she's by far.
Yeah. So future
You're
is...
youngest at heart, though.
So, Rishika, I want to ask you, in this business of digital entertainment, tell us about your journey with Eros. But obviously I know you as a kid. You were born in front of me, and I've seen you grow up, and I came for your wedding also, right? Absolutely, yes, yeah. So it's been in the last 5 years since inception, and how technology has played a key role in driving the growth of Eros, and what has been your experience, if you can tell us, yeah.
Of course. The journey of Eros now has been really, really interesting. It actually came up as an idea on holiday when you're vacationing and clear-headed. That's when I think the best ideas come. I've always been an early adopter of technology. I've always been subscribed to multitudes of services. I remember the first MP3 player I had was a Nomad. They were kind of Discman-size, huge things. And I realized that a lot of these streaming now giants had actually started on the back of strong content. And at that point, there was this realization that, hey, Eros has the world's biggest Indian language library. We say we are technologically advanced. We embrace technology and leadership technology as part of our DNA when it comes to content distribution. That online distribution seemed like the best way forward, and very much a natural extension of our leadership DNA within the space. But beyond a natural extension of distribution, what was really important to us was actually to start building a B2C brand versus a brand that is just there every time a film comes out. So how do you create a daily touch point with your fans and your consumers? That's only possible when you're able to build a strong platform that is incredibly personal, that houses all of the content in one place. So that was essentially the vision and how it was born. In terms of the journey, it was exciting, really exciting, I think, from creating the brand to actually creating our tech teams based in San Francisco and Bangalore and Bombay. It was something we built ground up. So very much I feel like Eros now is my baby.
Great. Peggy, can I ask you a question, please?
Yes.
Sure. Okay, cool. Can you tell us about your role in Microsoft?
Right. So I run business development at Microsoft, and you can think of it as the development of businesses, essentially growth for Microsoft. And we do that in three ways. We do it through strategic partnerships like the one we have with Eros. We do it with investments and through acquisitions. And each one of those are meant to be sort of a way to grow inorganically, to sort of bend the curve of our individual units and bring something from the outside in to be a catalyst for growth. And so we look across all three levers, and we pull whichever one is most appropriate at the time. Largely, it's around strategic partnerships. And since Satya came in, we've had a real focus on that area, partnerships, and even partnering with some kind of surprising companies. Look like we might be a little competitive in some areas, but we usually find ways to cooperate and find synergies and growth for both of us.
And I've heard you're an introvert.
Right? I am an introvert.
Okay. So how does that influence your leadership style? Because usually leaders are supposed to be very, flamboyant, extrovert, and you're an introvert. So how do you?
Yeah, it's not. Frankly, when I started my career many years ago, I was always asked to be more extroverted, to speak up more, to be more aggressive at work. I'm an electrical engineer, and it was largely my company I was generally the only woman in the room, and so I was in an environment I wasn't comfortable with anyway. And but eventually, I realized that being an introvert is actually a plus. You're generally a listener if you're not talking, and that has helped me do my job better. I feel like if I had a superpower, it would be listening. I listen to the customer, really understand what they need, and then help them realize their vision. So it can be a plus, and the world is full of extroverts and introverts. I think we need both of them.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, as soon as I met you, I started speaking, and you were listening.
I'm a listener.
We were talking about running, so and I have, for me also, it's been a passion for many years. So, when did you start running?
I started running in college, just 2 years ago. No, many years ago in college, and now I've somewhere along the line I ran further and further distances, and now I like to run marathons, and so I'm working my way through the world major marathons.
Oh, cool! That's really cool. Yeah.